Hi friends, welcome back to Laptop Seniors, where we are all things retirement.
Today we're going to be going through another district of Panama City, another area, and it's a really pretty one. It's actually one of my favorites, if not the favorite, but then I kind of like high rises and I like a lot of neon and stores and stuff like that. The area is called Avenida Balboa or Avenue Balboa, and also I'm going to tag on another on the right hand side as you're going to be looking at this. Another area called Marbella. Marbella is sort of a smaller area. There's some pretty neat stuff there too. Hospital Patilla is there, among other things. But to me, it's sort of all one area. There's like Marbella just blends right into Avenue Balboa, and it goes toward Casco Viejo, pretty much all along the waterfront. But we're not going to take the entire waterfront part, because when you get off the main, off of Avenue Balboa, it's like water, street, high rises, and then you start going to the next streets. They get older and I don't want to say seedy, but they're not as pretty as up at the other end. So we're going to concentrate on the upper end as opposed to the end down by Casco Viejo.
This is the spiffy high-rise sort of neighborhood of Panama City.
Yeah.
So from the waterfront, you see all those high rises when you look at it. That's exactly what we're looking at.
Yeah, because they're still fixing up around Casco Viejo, and it's not really great there. Casco Viejo is
my
awesome.
Goodness.
No, it's awesome, but there's a little area right at the turn where it's like, I don't know. Yeah, let me just say this. I wouldn't recommend you go there, to stay there if it's your first time in Panama City. It's not like it's not safe or anything like that, but it's just, it's like...
Are you talking about Casco Viejo?
No, I'm talking about right by Casco Viejo, just before you get there.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
There is a sketchy area in between.
Yeah, it's kind of down around the fish market. Anyway, we're going to stay on the other end, away from that. But I suppose it's good for you to know, because, and you'll see it on a map. We're going to go through some maps, and we're going to lay it out for you so you have the general idea. But all in all, this is a really cool, great tourist area also. And if you were going to be there, the hotels are really nice. And you have the waterfront, and I'd say you'd go up maybe 4 or 5 blocks, and there's lots of restaurants, other hotels. It's just a really nice area. And then after about 5 or 6 blocks, you start to go into Obarrio, which is another neighborhood. And then after Obarrio comes, I'm blanking on what comes after Obarrio.
El Congrejo?
El Congrejo, thank you, yeah. Maybe we should have written this out a little bit ahead of time, but anyway. So let's go to the map, and then we'll do the talk over all of the video as you see basically what we're talking about, and we'll explain the area as you're watching. This is Panama City. What a great city it actually is, but we're going to concentrate on this area. This is the Avenida Balboa area where all the high rises is down there, and of course Marbella. Now here's the whole city on Google Maps, and right down at the bottom where it goes off the screen, that's down by Casco Viejo. I'd say between there and where that little thing is sticking out and the lettering just appeared, somewhere about half of that is what this is. Okay, and it looks like a foot, like a distorted, weird foot.
Great way to put it.
Marbella is the heel area.
And we are now walking right along the Cinta Costera, which is the waterfront walk. To the left, you'll see Avenida Balboa.
And the right, obviously, the water. And how you get over here and how you get over a 6-lane road, which, you're not just going to walk across real easily. You get across this, they have stairs that are built over the top of which you're going to see right here. And
ooh, good segue.
Yeah, and there's a few of them there. What goes on in this neighborhood? There's a big, real nice park there, and they play baseball at night. And I think that game was about 10:30, 11 o'clock at night when we were there.
Yeah, and as you saw, there are buskers every now and then. You'll see them on the street.
Yeah, and nice people playing in the park and doing things in the park. It's a very safe area. Casino there too. Actually, there's a few casinos in Panama City.
And Hospital Patilla is right in the boot area.
Right by the hospital, down at the right-hand side of that map that we saw with the heel, there is a mall there, and we're going to start at the mall. We're going to drive you up the street with Google Maps. Hopefully you know how to do that yourself. You can drive along Google Maps, put yourself on a street, and just keep clicking, and you'll keep going forward. But you can also turn around and look. And
So we're starting at the boot and heading to the left towards Casco Viejo.
Yeah, and I just wanted to kind of show you, you get an idea of the sense of how many condos and apartment buildings and how many people live in this area and restaurants in this area. This being one of them right here.
Eolian Rooftop, my favorite.
Yeah, we'll show you that inside a little bit later, but there's a lot of restaurants here and a lot of very, very nice, beautiful actually, condos.
If you check out our video on Carnival, with incredible costumes and dancers and a parade, you will also see some more on that Eolian Rooftop.
Yeah, and they do a lot of stuff on the street, down by the Mariscos, the fish market down there. Parades and things come up this road. This is an amazing road to be on, actually, to live on. So let me show you this. Down this street, just as an example, is about another 3, 4, 5 streets of restaurants and hotels. And of course people live here, and the Waldorf is there and a bunch of other hotels and a lot of restaurants. So again, it's just not Avenida Balboa, it's the area of Avenida Balboa. And right here is kind of where it sort of ends, and then that park begins.
At the Intercontinental Hotel.
And those other buildings down there, that would be, to me, about as far as you'd want to go. Here's one of those restaurants that's in this area. We showed this a little bit of this before, but I found more footage, so I thought you'd like it. This was a great restaurant.
Mezze.
Yeah. Wasn't cheap, but another one, a La Strega Italian.
And this was exciting for me.
Look at you.
Yeah.
And that's what that one cost. Tre Scalini is another really good restaurant. Now we're at, I can never get the pronunciation right.
Eolian Rooftop.
Yeah, we went here a bunch of times. You'll see, it just feels great.
And the view is spectacular.
Yeah, and it's representative of the area.
I'm always impressed when I get something really unique and gluten-free. So my dinner was, the little cups were made of fried plantain, and I had breaded brisket of beef in them with what was that drizzle?
Wasabi.
Wasabi drizzle, which was not too hot at all. It was great.
A bit of a close-up of one of the condos that are along there, YOO. It's an upper end one. It's very Asian inside. A lot of restaurants there. It's a very, very cool building.
Fireworks. And you can see how close Casco Viejo is because that's where they were firing from.
Yeah, and if you're in a high-rise, those trees are not going to be in the way, so the view is spectacular off your balcony.
We sure hope that you enjoyed this video, that you learned a little more about the neighborhoods of Panama City, and definitely hoping that you will subscribe if you haven't yet, and please come back and see us again soon. Awkward pose.